Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today's video, I'm going to go over some popular areas to ice fish that are not on the big lake, but backwaters of Lake Erie, the bays and harbors. This video is more for people that may not want to venture out on Lake Erie and looking for a more relaxed atmosphere without having to travel miles and miles to go get fish, or may not have a machine. These are places that you can walk right off the bank from, and just like fishing a normal lake. So, okay, the first one I'm going to go over is White's Landing. This is a pretty good area for perch in the wintertime. And if you research this place online, you're going to find out that a lot of guys talk about the springs. There are a lot of springs in this area, and you can sometimes see them. You can sometimes pick out the spots on the ice where they are. So what my recommendation is in this area is to always carry a spud for sure. Maybe go in a group. Don't go alone. Go in a group and spud. Make sure you spud. If you see an area that looks kind of sketchy, it may be. So you may want to walk around it, spud it, check it out. But just be aware of the springs in this area. But midwinter can be this White's Landing can be a great spot for perch through the ice. Now it's not very deep. I think the last time I fished there, I fished in 6 or 7 foot of water, and we caught some nice perch in that area. And what happens is those perch are coming in. Those perch spawn super early, maybe even under the ice in March. I'm not exactly sure, but those perch are moving in there to their spawning grounds. And as we know, the Western Basin is the best place to perch fish right now. So according to the recent numbers. So anyway, that's spot number 1. And before I go to spot number 2, I'm going to tell you a couple areas to avoid if you're fishing Sandusky Bay. Stay away from in between these bridges. This current in here never stops. It's pretty constant and it's strong. And it's because of these narrow openings on this train bridge and this road bridge here on 269. This current just rips through here. So if you're going to fish in this area, do not go in this center channel at all. If at all possible, just avoid this entire area. The next spot to avoid is, as this current moves through these bridges, it comes straight through here and around this point and out into Lake Erie. So this area is always questionable. Now, I have seen people rip across on snowmobiles and be just fine, but you know, who knows? They may have been out there prior to that, spudding and checking the area, so they know where they can drive their quads and snowmobiles and Argos and things like that. But this whole area here, and it goes for the back bay here too. I know this is super shallow and people may not fish here at all, but it goes for that back bay. That current is coming out of that river through these bridges, and then out into Lake Erie. So you have this highway here of moving water. Okay, the next spot I'm going to go over is down here by the Shelby Street City Boat Launch, and right by their Sandusky Bait Company. This is a great place to just walk off. You can access some deep water over here by the coal docks, or you can just stay shallow in here in 6, 7 foot of water, and you can probably catch some perch in here. And I know I've caught perch there in the past. I haven't been there in a few years, but it's a great place to go out and poke around and look for some fish and a nice relaxing atmosphere. You got a boat ramp there. You can walk right down. It's a good area to fish. Next spot is up by Dempsey. Right here. You can walk right down the boat ramp. This is real shallow in here. I wouldn't recommend fishing in here. But if you walk out here, you can get into 5 to 8 foot of water pretty quick out here. And this is all rock in here, all the way to Johnson's. And I know my buddy was out there last weekend riding his snowmobile, so I know we've got okay ice in that area. Still check for yourself, but I know we've got okay ice. And this might be an area where you could catch some walleye. Now, I know we catch them in the spring and the fall in this area like crazy, but I've never tried here through the ice. But I have, for walleye anyway, I have caught perch here. So if you're looking for an alternative areas to fish in the bay besides Lake Erie, those are 3 spots to at least go check out, even if you don't fish there. Go check it out, talk to some people, see what's going on. Okay, the next spot I'm going to go over is over by Cleveland. We search for it, Wallace Lake. So this lake, this is pretty cool. Right on the Rocky River Reservation, the state stocks trout in Wallace Lake here, and they put some brood stock in there. So it's a good relaxing place. Take the family to go ice fishing and stuff. There's a dock. You can park there's a parking area right here. You can walk right off the beach there and do some trout fishing. Close to Lake Erie, so if you don't feel like going up, you're not into going out on Lake Erie, Wallace Lake is another place, great place to try. The next is East 72nd Street in Cleveland. So this locks in typically pretty good. And I don't know, I don't have any reports for this year, and I don't know what's going on there right now. But in years past, when we've had good ice like this, East 72nd locks up pretty good, and you can get some hot perch action in here. So that's another area to check out. Now, since we're talking about areas besides fishing the islands on the ice, on main Lake Erie, I want to go over something here real quick. This is NASA Worldview. This is from today. So check this out. So I was talking about fishing Cleveland, and here's the bay, by the way. So it looks nice and locked up. We're locked up on the east side of Kelly's, all the way to Peely, all the way to Point Peely in Canada, and then all the way down the shore here past Sawmill, and then across the shoreline. Now notice all this open water here. We had a northwest wind, and it's pushing these ice shelves down south. So it's cramming that ice down there. Now, if you're in Cleveland, see, you've only got really good ice up a few miles out. I'm not sure exactly how many miles that is. Looks like 1.5 maybe, according to the scale down here. But anyway, light winds. Don't go up there on a strong south wind out of East 72nd. You might have problems. And like I said, I don't know the conditions of the ice in Cleveland. I haven't been up there, and I haven't seen any reports. So I don't know. But I know people have fished there in the past when we've had good ice coverage. So that's just a warning. And still here, you could see even in the Western Basin, we've got movement. We've got open water over here on the west side, over in Michigan. So when you've got this big crack, obviously the 9/11 crack. So if you're fishing out of, on the big lake, I know this video is about the inland stuff, but if you're fishing on the big lake, that's something to keep in mind. That stuff moves around, and this is we had a northwest wind today, and it pushed all these ice shelves down here. So, okay, just a quick one for you guys here. Just wanted to go over a couple areas if you're looking for somewhere to ice fish other than the big lake. Maybe you just don't want to deal with it. You don't have a machine and stuff like that. Check out these areas that I mentioned. Might be worth your time. Appreciate it. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. More coming out next week. Appreciate it. Thanks.